Toon Goons, a podcast in which we take an adult and critical perspective into the world of cartoons and animation and analyze how they affect the pop cultural landscape at large. I'm one of your hosts, Nikki.
I'm Nina.
And I'm Tooch, but for this episode, the O's in my name are replaced with X's, and there's also, like, an extra X somewhere in there, too.
Because it's the 90s?
Yes!
This week, we are talking about MTV's The Maxx, an adaptation of a comic book that I've never read, and none of us have.
Nope.
And a show that we never saw until this week. It's going to be an interesting one. I didn't get it.
I don't think there was, honestly, I don't think there was much to get.
This is what we're going to get into. First, let's start with news.
Okay. This is a fun, simple one. So, Star vs. the Forces of Evil has had, like, really, really awesomely good ratings.
Always good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Always good when a good show does good.
The premiere had 1.2 million viewers within the first 3 days of its premiere telecast.
I think that's good.
Yeah, I have no barometer.
Yeah, once you start talking about millions, I'm like, well, it's a lot, but...
Among all series on the network, it ranks second to date behind only the live-action original series Lab Rats.
I have no idea what that one's about, and I might have seen some of it by accident.
And it's
no, I'm
Disney
thinking of Ant Farm, which is ostensibly a different show, but that's the thing about those Disney kid comps is that they're the same show, with the different premise that they start completely ignoring after
Honestly,
like 4 episodes.
They could keep recycling the same cast. You wouldn't be able to convince me. Like,
in the later seasons of That's So Raven, she just stopped having psychic flashes.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, I've got to do some teenager shit. Whatever.
It was rated Disney XD's number 2 animated series debut in kids 2 to 11 and kids 6 to 11. And number 3 rated animated series premiere in boys 6 to 11.
Yes.
Good. Because fuck that crap. Fuck that gender crap. Like, what kind of dickhead boy isn't gonna like this show? Like, it's fun. It's fun, it's funny, fun. And people get kicked. It's the same thing with Powerpuff Girls. Like, never forget Powerpuff Girls. Everybody loved Powerpuff Girls. And it was a show about
see the movie.
It was a show about 3 5-year-old girls. But if you just make it fun for everybody and not try to get, like, locked down with this gender bullshit, then, everybody's gonna like it. That's kind of, I think, one of the main theses of this show is that stop with all this gender bullshit.
Basically. Because, like, it's not, like, a thesis on purpose, but it just so happens we decided to start this podcast at, like, the dawning of a new era. So we see it, we're seeing it everywhere.
Yeah, where these marketing fucks are starting to realize, like, oh, maybe we should just make good shows and don't have to worry if it's pink.
Hey, what if we just made good things?
And
I hope that guy got a raise.
In its time slot, Star ranked second among kids 6 to 11 behind only Disney Channel show Bad Hair Day. So, at that time, it's the second most watched thing by its target audience. And the second episode, that following at 8:30 p.m., retained 93% of the premiere's kids 6 to 11 audience and 94% of its boys 6 to 11 audience. Go first.
I was just getting, because you mentioned, like, what was that? Bad Hair Day? Is that another kid com?
They just played all of Weird Al's album on
they
the
have,
TV.
Like, it must be, because Disney kid coms exclusively have the most obtuse, useless titles ever. I don't know what any of these shows are about. Meanwhile, Star vs. the Forces of Evil is, like, the entire pitch.
One exception to that, Dog with a Blog.
Yes, the unfortunate exception. I know exactly what it's about, and I'm only slightly interested because I like dogs more than people.
It's a cute dog. I'll just look at pictures of that dog. It's a gorgeous dog.
I can just look at dogs whenever I want. I don't need to watch a shitty show.
Yeah, so good that this show is doing great. Let's get another 14 fucking seasons out of it.
Totally.
Phineas and Ferb the fuck out of it.
This wasn't on our schedule, but I just saw this headline on the website with the last one. Disney developing live-action Winnie the Pooh movie?
No, don't. Why? What? Why? There's no...
Christopher Robin's just gonna be some dumb British kid who can't act.
The focus will be on an adult version of the books. Christopher Robin. Perry was hired after pitching a take on the story to the studio. Alex Ross Perry is the guy that is doing the adaptation.
This is stupid. This might be like the first really bad poo thing. We'll see. Maybe it'll still be good. Poo's
a really bad poo.
Oh, we're doing this again?
I'm sorry.
I guess they're doing this in the same theme, in the same vein as Maleficent and Cinderella.
And now Mulan.
And apparently,
but at least those stories
Jungle Book
have...
and Beauty and the Beast. Like, those go... Well, Jungle Book... Is
and Pinocchio? Like, are they just saying they're going to live adapt everything they've ever done just because they're...
If it's too animal-based, it's a bad idea. Like, worst idea? I was going to say Dumbo, but, like, probably Rescuers Down Under, because we're going to find a big old bird.
Yeah, it's Winnie the Pooh, Mulan, Dumbo, Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast. How the hell are you going to do Jungle Book?
Jungle Book's a bad idea. Beauty and the Beast is a good idea. Mulan's a great idea.
If they do it right.
Well, yeah.
Probably.
I'm saying in terms of potential. Well, like I say, they've all got, like, cute animal characters. Like, that cricket's not going to look... I'm trying to, like, imagine what the CGI cricket's going to look like in a live-action movie. And I don't like it.
Gross.
I'm thinking, the first thing that comes to my mind is one of those bug guys from Men in Black.
Yeah, no. Oh, God, no.
Oh, man, there's so much news. There's, like, we already have casting information. Apparently Ian McKellen is going to be Cogsworth.
Okay. He's great.
He is great. I don't know how that's going to work, but okay.
He's going to voice the CGI clock.
Are they going to mocap him?
Mocap clock.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on those because they count enough.
They're tangentially related enough for us to bitch about them.
They're cray-cray.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
My question about Pooh is: are they gonna CG? Is their designs gonna be stuffed animal based, or is it just gonna look like a 3D Pooh?
I don't know.
They've done both of those, and they did I remember they did a CGI Pooh back before TV CGI budgets were high enough to do fur. So everybody's super plasticky.
Okay.
Are we back on track?
No.
Oh.
The only way it could be good is if they go along the same veins as the Where the Wild Things Are movie.
I was thinking of that. Like, that worked. I didn't watch
that worked really well
because
it was an adult perspective in a way.
Yeah.
But, like, it took what the core of this very simple book was about and really expanded it into, like, child psychology and did a really good job with it.
Was that Wes Anderson, or was that just somebody trying to snatch Wes Anderson's pizza?
I was about to say it felt very Wes Anderson, although I haven't seen it, but the trailer was sure a Wes Anderson trailer.
I really dug it.
Oh, and before anybody asks, we are going to do the Fantastic Mr. Fox at some point. Probably in autumn. It's an extremely autumnal movie. Like every movie he's done, they're all orange.
Oh no,
it's
Spike Jonze directed it.
I like it. Well, he was trying to chomp Wes Anderson's flavor, from what I could tell.
I don't know. You did a good job.
That's not necessarily a bad thing. To try to chomp
Wasn't Spike
somebody's...
Jonze on the scene before Wes Anderson became, like, the thing?
Maybe there we go. Yeah, he did Being John Malkovich. I'm pretty sure that was before Wes Anderson.
This isn't a movie podcast.
Okay.
Only sometimes.
Sometimes. It depends on the kind of movie. The Disney, Sony, and DreamWorks Animation antitrust class action lawsuit has been tossed, apparently. This stuff came up during the summer, I believe. It's been, like, a long time. Apparently, according to this article, it's been more than 6 months after the first lawsuit was filed over, like, the anti-poaching and wage-fixing allegations of all these different companies in Hollywood. A lot of them animated companies.
It's something we talked about briefly in an early episode of ours. And we didn't say much at the time because we don't understand this kind of shit, and still don't, but...
Well, basically, what happened was, like, the stuff that they filed about, like, the stuff that they're complaining happened too long ago, and as far as I can tell, the issue is, like, they need newer evidence.
Statute of limitations?
Yes, that shit.
Alright.
But, so the judge who ruled it out was like, you know, you guys can, like, there's still a possibility you guys can pull this out and get these guys for doing horseshit. You just gotta... The law is dumb and complicated.
Yeah, so basically it's going to take a lot more time for there to be any kind of verdict, I guess. But
yeah, they have to go through all this again, I think.
Yeah, I know. It's like they start from zero.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
Screw law and order. Here at the Toon Goons, we promote complete societal anarchy. And you can put that on the back of our tell-all book.
Okay. And I believe we have one more story. Tooch, do you want to cover that one? Because you know much more about it than I do.
I mean, like, there's not that much to know. Mostly, well, I'll get into it. Basically, so it's like the morning when I gotta leave for work, and I see a post on Tumblr, apparently from the Crooniverse, and it says, fucking Steven Universe. Okay, open call for talent. Steven Universe is looking for storyboard artists. If you're interested in applying, email stevenboardtest@gmail.com with your full name, address, email, phone number, a link to your art blog or online portfolio. No physical portfolios accepted. If selected, applicants will have to complete a short storyboard test in 1 week. You must be 18 or over and be able to work from or move to Burbank, California. We look forward to hearing from you. Application deadline Friday, April 17th, 2015. And so, first of all,
which may be the day this comes out if I'm like...
Oh, no, did I say 15?
You said 17th, which is the day this comes out if it's completely on time, which...
So...
Who knows? I've had a tough week.
Yeah, but anyway, but regardless, I think this is still a news story, just because this is one of the first times I've seen, like a hilariously popular television series just be like, hey, use guises! You want to just apply for a job here? You can do it now. And obviously Tumblr, because I did it too. I looked into it and investigated, and my first red flag was the Crooniverse took the original post down, which is what ended up happening. But I was like, wait a minute, there's no original post here. Does that mean this is fake? And a lot of people agreed. A lot of people who don't follow Ian Jones Cordy on Twitter just are probably still going around saying like, no, it's a fake, because I'm dumb. And I only do the most basic amount of research and then just make wild assumptions, because I'm probably like 15.
I'm not eligible, so I'm going to be a real dick about this.
I don't know, I'm sure.
Either that or it's somebody who's trying to thin the competition.
Yeah, but Ian Jones Cordy tweeted, like, we had to take it down for, like, I forget, like, some vague
technical
reason he
thing.
said. Yeah, just some sort of
something boring.
Something boring, business-related. Like I said, social anarchy. Look into it. It's going to be great. So we won't have these problems anymore. We'll have plenty of other ones. And he said it was real. So I have been desperately trying to literally make a portfolio from scratch, and every single second that ticks by, I get less and less confident that I'm going to be able to do it. So I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah. They're going to be looking at a crazy amount of work. Like, our little dipshit voice acting troupe had open casting for some roles a while ago, and that was, like, months of my life.
Yeah.
Was dealing with that.
The only good thing about that process...
these guys are going to get hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
Yeah, the only good thing about our frickin' application process and looking through our submissions was that most of them were literally utter garbage 0.5 seconds in, so I didn't even have to listen faster than that. I was blazing through them.
Maybe they can look at one page and it's like...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they do that. Because normally they just have so many to look through, the people whose job it is to look through portfolios. So they'll just, like, thumb through it and be like, nope, garbage. Get it out of here.
From, like, regular-ass applicants.
You gotta wow them.
Yep. That's how applying for jobs is.
Yep.
Like, it's hard.
I'm sorry you didn't get that internship. Yeah, so, I mean, good luck to Tooch, and I guess to anybody else, but, like, I can ride Tooch's coattails. Like, you better get some Scotchgard, boy, because my shoes are filthy. I work at a deli.
You might not be able, if he does get it.
Honestly, mainly I'm just using this as motivation to make a portfolio, finally.
Yeah, no, that's great. But theoretically, if you did get it, we probably wouldn't be able to talk about Steven Universe.
Oh, man.
Because you'd be under
Oh, crap!
rules.
I
because
mean,
you would know
You're
shit
gonna get kicked off this show!
I would tell you guys everything, just not on the show.
You're not allowed to tell anybody anything.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I bet.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
can
You know
they-
how every episode gets leaked?
Can they monitor me 24/7? Do we live in an Orwellian future? Do I need to push for social anarchy even more in this episode?
They're gonna drill a V-chip into your brain skull.
Damn it. Oh well, it's worth it. This
That's just part of the application process.
Yeah, that's like stage 2 if they.
They don't put in the chip, but they do drill the hole. And then they have to keep irritating it so it doesn't close up.
I gotta like swab it before bed so it doesn't get all infected.
Man, this is gonna be a pain in the ass if you're 3 hours behind us. We'll be like, hey, I got an early morning tomorrow, let's record. And it's like, and you're like, it's 2 p.m. I won't work. I'm gonna work at this dream job that you idiots don't have.
God, time zones is so annoying. I went to the Attack on Titan thing.
Oh, let's talk about that. You went to Shaolin to do that Attack on Titan live action game thing that we talked about a couple episodes ago.
Yes, I did. I'm the president of my school's anime club, so I thought that would be a fun thing to do for the club. So that's why we went. And I was trying to organize a trip, but because the company is California-based, I was dealing with 2 separate offices that were 3 hours apart from each other, trying to coordinate between my school and them, and it was like a pain in the ass.
But how was the event?
Yeah, sorry, that wasn't interesting. The event was really, really fun. Like, it was so cool the way they did the puzzle. It was like such a well thought out, smart puzzle. And it was like one big long puzzle you had to figure out. So you went to the ballpark and you got like some sheets of stuff.
They have a ballpark in Shaolin?
Yeah, I think it's the like the Yankees B team ballpark.
Okay. All right.
It's
a kind of a pain in the ass to get out there.
Yeah, we had to take the ferry.
You have to take a boat.
It's a free ferry though.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Or if you live in like the southeast of Brooklyn, like if you live near Coney Island, there's kind of a bridge.
I guess.
I'm pretty sure.
Is it like a plank? That you had to
No.
precariously...
I've been on it.
No, you have to take a boat.
I've been on that bridge. Like I've driven through Shaolin once, and I'm talking to my dad. I was like, "Oh, cool, this is Shaolin." He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'm like, "Wu-Tang. Get with it. Get with 1992, idiot, Dad." He's not gonna listen to this one. He's gonna go back and listen to Book of Life. I didn't call him an idiot in that one, so that'll be fine. Mama, don't tell him. You're not listening to this one either. It's kind of liberating.
Okay.
That our parents support us just as much as they care for.
All right.
But I still don't know entirely what this thing is, so like go into more detail about what you did.
All right. So have you ever heard, it was a real escape game, and it's one of those games where typically like the standard model is you're in a room with a bunch of people who also buy a ticket, and you're supposed to escape from the room. So they sort of give you a plot setup, and you have to find like passwords or codes or like clues to figure out how to get out. And obviously we weren't like trapped or anything, but we went into the stadium. They lined us up.
Except that you were on Staten Island, so it's like it's still hard to get off.
It's just basically Saw. So you were in Saw, and then
No, I mean there was standees and it was cute. So we lined up in the field like all military style, and you know the staff was in costume and in character, and we were supposed to be like cadets, and they played this video that was sort of like a modified version of the anime. They actually had the original voice actors like reprise their roles for this little promotion, which was kind of cool.
neat.
And I don't remember the name of the arc, but you know the arc where like Eren has to plug up the wall and it takes forever.
Oh, the worst one?
Yeah, it was. They basically took that and sort of made that the plot. So it was like, okay,
It seems the most repeatable, frankly.
Yeah. So there was like this really cool like bust, like giant bust of Titan Eren, and they're like, you have to find the secret code to wake Eren up so he could plug the wall and we can save everybody. And it was kind of fun. Like they made a salute and stuff. So we had this piece of paper.
Was a man on top of a giant wall screaming down at you and you were completely unable to hear what he said?
He was elevated on the platform, but we could hear what he said because he had a microphone.
He was Mike. That guy was just yelling from like 100 feet up.
50 meters.
That show is silly at best. It's got its moments.
So there was...
That arc was not one of them.
There were
Go
four
on
steps.
with your cool story.
There were 4 steps, and you had to find 4 different secret codes. The first code, they had all, like, these posters put up of, like, hints, and you had, like, this graph, and you had to, like, fill in the graph and find the letter to correspond to the number to correspond to the letter, and then get that secret code, and then run over the other side of the field and get the clue for the next code, and do that, like, 4 times. But, like, everything was, like, so interwoven and connected to each other. There was some really cool, like, visual puzzles. Like, a lot of Layton-esque shit. And, like, it was...
jam.
It was crazy fun. Like, you were running like a maniac using your brain. It was a really nice day. Like, we were exhausted by the end of it. You only had an hour to figure out the whole thing. And only about, like, 20% of the people actually do it.
Did you?
We got very, very close, but we did not succeed. But we were proud of ourselves because it was hard, and we got to the last step, so...
That's cool.
It's just super cool, and kind of hard to explain without, like, showing you the materials, but it was awesome. And it was really neat that we were able to have something like that in this country, because it's such... It seems like such a Japanese thing to do.
To make nerds exercise?
Yeah. But...
I mean, I think I've heard of this kind of thing before. Like, it wasn't... Like, it was... Like, I've heard of this, like, genre of entertainment, like, spanning outside Attack on Titan. So it's like, I think it's just a thing.
The company's done other things, and they were advertising it because they finally come to the East Coast, because they've been on the West Coast for a while. But this was just an Attack on Titan themed one.
Right.
And it was pretty fun. Like, once we got to, like, 10 minutes left, they started having stomping sounds playing over, and it was really nerve-wracking.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. And it was fun.
Right.
And I'm glad I did it.
Yes, and you'd recommend it to anybody who can?
Yeah, like, any of those real escape game things are super fun. And honestly, the little you know about it, kind of the better, because then you're just sort of jumping all in, and your adrenaline's like, I gotta figure out the secret of the mystery!
Or else Mikasa's gonna die?
I completely forget that part.
I mean, that's how one episode cliff hung, and then, like, I think it was resolved within the first 85 seconds of the next episode, which is really par for the... It's really par for the course for that show. Like, I remember, like, I was like, okay, this is going to be my last one tonight. And at the end, like, Colossal Titan showed up. I was like, oh, I got to keep watching. He's gone in less than a minute.
It was designed that way.
Yeah, it's... All right. I think we got one more story about dragons.
Oh, right. I totally forgot about that.
That's fine.
You can
I'm here.
Last story, Dragons, they are having their own Netflix original series.
Which is to say How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes. DreamWorks Dragons Race to the Edge is what it's going to be called. On June 26th, all the episodes are going to be uploaded to Netflix. We're not entirely sure what it's about. I mean, it's the same world. There's dragons, there's Vikings... There's going to be new dragon designs, and there's action. There's some kind of, like, weird, like, kaleidoscope of light thingy. I couldn't really tell what it was in the trailer.
Well, from what I can tell based on that in the description, it seems to be, like, whatever little plot device that thing is, it's going to, like, show them new places to go to find new dragons. Basically, it seems to be a giant world-building series, which I am all for if that's the case.
Yeah,
it looks fun.
It seems to have a higher budget than Riders of Berk.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, it doesn't look as good as the movies, but the movies are fucking gorgeous. You can't do that on TV.
No.
Yeah, no.
Calm down.
Even if it's internet TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks fun, and I'm sure Dragon fans will really enjoy it.
I mean, we'll check it out. We like dragons.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And that, I believe, is it.
All right. Yeah, it should be. As always, if you got any story suggestions that you want to send to us, drop us a line via our email, thetoongoons@gmail.com, or our Tumblr, thetoongoons.tumblr.com.